This video training series is brought to you by Friday People, the National Lottery Community Fund and Proud Business Productions. Okay, so in the last video we edited our interview by using the split to make splits where we want to make changes, and we could delete it or we could click and drag it. Just before we move on, if you make a mistake, let's get rid of half this interview, you can undo it. So it's either Command or Control Z and it'll undo it, which is really handy. Now what you might notice is if I just play this back at the same time, and that meant when we went out we really couldn't let her off lead and have her run around and physically wear herself out. So what you notice is when it moves from one to the other there's a bit of a jump. Run around and that's it. It just doesn't look very good if I play this one here as well. Later, she still knows how to do all these different tricks. So what we're going to do is we're going to use B-roll not only to help tell the story, but also to cover up these cuts as well. So if we hover over the B-roll up here, you can just sort of scroll through it. What I'm going to do is at the start of the video I'll say we got Cleo 2 years ago and we were really nervous. I've got footage of actually when we first brought her home. So what I'm going to do, get to see inside my house. To be fair, this was 4 years ago, it looks a bit different now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start playing here. When we got her, she had spent probably... We rescued Cleo when she was about 2 years old, and we think when we got her, she had spent probably about half her life. So when we got her, I swear I want to get some of this footage.
Started that.
Oh, there we go. If you double click it, brings it up here. So what I'm going to do is just going to click and drag it onto this track, which is just above the video track. There we go. So basically, this is ordered in whatever's on top is what's going to show. So if I play it, it's about 2 years old. And we think when we got... So first thing I want to do is get rid of this audio, because I don't want the audio playing underneath of me talking to my girlfriend while you're trying to listen to what I'm saying. So I'm going to select this track and then I'm going to select extract audio, and it's taken the audio from this video, moved it up here, and now I can delete it. So this should be a silent clip. Now what we're going to do is scroll through and find the bit that I want to use. I think going through the front door is probably quite nice when I say when she came home. So I'm going to click and drag. Has it done it? Click and drag this. There we go. And drag it out this side. So what might happen is because it's on a layer above, I just need to click and drag it all the way down, drag it over, and this allows me to drag out the end even more. There we go. Again, I'm just scrolling through. That's quite nice actually. I'm going to use that. So I'm just going to click it, find my start point, which is about here. Let's see. Same time. And that meant when we went out, we really couldn't let her off lead and have her run around. And there we go, that'll do nicely. Oh, actually, I want the second one because it's not so much movement. I'm going to start from there. Play through. Have her run around and physically wear herself. Desperate to get in the house. And then I'm just going to trim the end back as well. Right, so let's go back to listening to the beginning. We rescued Cleo when she was about 2 years old, and we think... I'm going to start, click it, drag it over, and I think it is about there. Let's have a look. We rescued Cleo when she was about 2 years old, and we think when we got her, she had spent probably about half her life in the kennel. So for a dog, that means everything is really... Actually, I'm going to start with that clip because it's, you know, it's a dog is a lot more interested in my face, to be honest. So let's watch it now. We rescued Cleo when she was about 2 years old, and we think when we got her, she had spent... I'm just going to drag this out a little bit more. Spent probably about half her life in the kennel. So for a dog, that means everything is really exciting and really... So when we're saying really exciting, really nervous, I got this video here of when we first got her and how she used to get overexcited. So I'm going to again just click, drag it onto here, really nervous at the same time. And that meant when we went out, we really couldn't let her off lead and have her run around. So I'm going to leave the audio on that one, because I think that tells the story quite well. I just need to turn it down later, but we'll get to that. Probably about half her life in the kennel. So for a dog, that means everything is really... I'm going to click it and drag it to where I want it to start. Hopefully you're getting the idea now. In the kennel. So for a dog, that means everything is really exciting and really nervous at the same time. And that meant when we went out, we really couldn't let her off lead and have her run around and physically wear herself out. Okay, so I want it to stop there. I'm going to click it and drag the end in. Right, we're getting there. So to get around that, I did a lot of trick training with her. I taught her, I mean, obviously the basic ones, how to sit. Okay, so this is where I'm going to use the footage that I shot today of doing all these tricks. So there's quite a lot of footage here, so I'm going to just use this to scroll through. This is my girlfriend filming, so obviously it's not not the best footage, but you know, I can't film myself and do the trick training at the same time. Oh, actually, there we go. There's a sit. So I'm going to click and drag this one down. Scroll along. There. Okay, let's see. I did a lot of trick training with her. I taught her. The only thing when you click it, it takes the playhead all the way over, so you need to make a mental note of where it is that you're going to move it to. Training with her, I taught her, I mean, obviously the basic ones have to... Okay, so I want to get rid of that audio again, so I'm going to click it, extract audio, delete the audio. I mean, obviously the basic ones have to sit and lie down, but how to spin in the other direction. So I'm speaking very quickly now, and I want to show these tricks. So maybe after... Obviously the basic ones have to sit and lie down, but how to spin. How to spin. So I'm going to get back there. Where's a good spin? Unfortunately, this can be quite a lot of editing. It's just scrolling through and finding the footage. Okay, so I found it. I'm going to click and drag it on here. There it is. So I need to get to where I'll just start with that hand signal. Click and drag so it trims it, and then I've got to move it up against this clip over here. And you'll see it's got like a little magnet on it. So if I get near it, it clicks and drags it on it. Let's see. Sit and lie down, but how to spin, Oh, I need to get rid of the audio again. That's the wrong one. Need to undo that. Select the clip first. Get rid of the audio. Spin in the other direction. How to go. How to spin in the other direction. So I don't have that, so I'm going to split it because I think I want to use some of the other bits of this video. How to go through my legs in a figure of 8. How to go through my legs in a figure 8. We'll get to that in a second. Oh, there it is. Okay, so I'm going to click and drag this one on here. So you'll notice I've tried to get her to film in lots of different places. So I had it side on. This one is going to be over my shoulder. Let's get rid of all this. Nope, not quite there yet. There it is, so that was spinning in the other direction. So I need to start about there. And see how that looks. I mean, obviously the basic ones have to sit and lie down, but how to spin in the other direction. How to go through... Oh, need to get rid of the audio again. Got to keep remembering to do that. Okay. How to spin in the other direction. How to go through my legs, so I need to just trim this first. and then I've got a cool shot. No, not that one. I think it's this one. There we go. Right. So I'm going to click and drag that down. And I clicked it, so it overlapped a bit, and you can see it's just created a new track there, but you can just ignore that for now. So again, this is right at the end of this clip. So I need to drag it all the way out. Nearly there. I think she gets it wrong first. Let's have a look. Oh, gotta get rid of the audio.
I had to go through my legs in a figure of 8, how to sit.
Yeah, that's definitely wrong.
And
oh, there, that's the right one. Okay, so starting about there, I think.
years later, pretty on her back legs, and 4 years later.
Perfect. Okay, and then there was one more trick. And that was another over the shoulder jobby, which I think is this one here. Oh, did you see it though? Yeah, okay. So I just need to get this one in. Here it is, okay. Trim that beginning bit and then just have a listen, see if it matches up to what I'm saying.
How to sit pretty on her back legs, and 4.
Okay, again, get rid of that audio.
If you can't take.
And then I want to hide this cut, so I might just leave this clip going because I'll throw the ball after this, so it might be quite nice. Let's have a look.
On her back legs, and 4 years later, she still knows how to do all these different tricks. So the myth.
So I'm going to cut back when I say so. So I'm just going to click and drag, and that, if we just watch it through.
We rescued Cleo when she was about 2 years old, and we think when we got her, she had spent probably about half her life in the kennel. So for a dog, that means everything is really exciting and really nervous at the same time. And that meant when we went out, we couldn't let her off lead and have her run around and physically wear herself out. So to get around that, I did a lot of trick training with her. I taught her, I mean, obviously the basic ones, how to sit and lie down, but how to spin in the other direction, how to go through my legs in a figure of 8, how to sit pretty on her back legs. And 4 years later, she still knows how to do all these different tricks. So the message really is, if you can't take your dog out and physically wear them out, it's really good to teach them lots of different tricks so it mentally wears them out.
So okay, that's not too bad. Obviously there's some shots that I'd like to do better myself, but you know, for what it is, that's pretty good. So next we're going to move on to audio, so making sure my voice is the right level, and then add in some music as well.